Hey guys, Jeffries here, and welcome back to the Jeffries network on OpenTTD. We are here at the brand new Munbury freight terminal. Before I go into more detail about this, I just want to show you one little change I've made. I've removed all of these crossovers down the middle, and I've put two new junctions, one on the west side and one on the east side, so that trains have to run through in a certain direction now. Little touch, but you know, it just makes it easier, so you don't have trains coming in and then going out in the same direction. The new problem I have is this is actually a huge sinkhole for my finances. Not earning any money from these trains at all, which is disappointing to say the least. You can see we've got loads of wood waiting here. We've got loads of oil waiting here. Got coal as well. These two are new, by the way, the coal and the wood. But the goods, just nothing. We hardly receive any goods, and it's really disappointing. I'm just trying to find... I mean, this is one problem here, this hill. So I might have to rebuild that, or at least build a freight loop for it or something. Because you see the number of trains that are actually held up by that one timber train that's struggling to get up that hill. And now this one's going to struggle because of it as well. So that's a pain. Because you see, this is actually a goods train that's full. A full goods train trying to get to the terminal to drop off its goods. And just look at the queue of trains. So this one's going to take an age. In fact, this one is not moving. 1 mile an hour it's going. So you see, it's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. All these trains being held up. That could explain why it's a sinkhole. So the culprit is this timber train all the way up here, which is very nearly at the top of the hill, to its credit. But it's going very slow. So I think a solution to that is to rebuild this tunnel slightly. So I'm going to get on with that. Since the last episode, I have looked at downloading that patch that I was talking about, which brought in loads of new cool features. Unfortunately, I've absolutely no idea how to do it, and that's really what's stopping me from actually doing it right now, is the fact that I am totally clueless on how to make it work. So if anyone out there has installed a patch update on here, let me know how you did it. I would go into it blind and just click random things and see what they do, but I really don't want to lose this save file, because actually I'm very fond of this save file. So I'd like to hold on to it as best I can. We have a train in this tunnel which is causing me problems. Get out of the way. There it is. One of the things that this update does is allows you to put signals in tunnels, which is actually part of our problem right now. It's just the number of... Don't tell me that's going to go slow now as well. Oh, bloody hell. The number of tunnels we've got on the track is a huge problem. Let's just get out of the way. That timber train's going now, so that's good. Just need this one to get out of the way, and I'll pause the game. Because I think 2 slopes is probably the maximum. Maybe 1 as a maximum. But then I'll have to demolish more of Pondington, and I don't think they'd appreciate me doing that. Come on, nearly there. So close. There we go. Pause. Whoops. We'll drag this across. We'll drag this across. Like so. We'll just do that. And we'll do that. Okay. So that's going to go along and then down 2. Same with that, same with that, same with that. And then I'm going to pop these tunnels back in. We're going to pop a new number of signals here. In fact, I don't want the one on the express track. That's the deal. So it keeps the momentum going as it goes all the way through. So now if I unpause this and turn you round, you'll zip off down this hill like nobody's business. And the rest of these should all start working again. That's still red because this train hasn't crossed past this signal. In fact, you can see again, it's going really slow. Might have to do a little bit more tweaking with this. So see, we'll level that, and we'll level that. And then we'll increase that one and that one. And then this is probably going to make no difference whatsoever, but you never know. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In fact, we'll get rid of that one again. Okay, does this make a difference? We'll find out soon, because the goods train is on its way. Of course, we've got to wait for this lumber train to move still. Timber train, sorry, not lumber. That's what's annoying. This one as well seems to have slowed right down, and I really don't know why. I don't want to increase the number of diesels on the... sorry, not diesels. Locomotives on the train to 2, because that's just going to completely obliterate all the hard work that I've done in trying to keep the running costs down. But if I show you what these trains are like, how much money they're losing. 68,000, 14,000. If I open up this window here, you'll see... I mean, okay, we're doing construction, we're buying new vehicles, but we're making a loss, which is greater than if you added these together. For example here, 48, and there we only lost 43 million. So still an offset of 5 million, which really is coming from the fact that we haven't got the trains earning us any money. If these goods trains started moving quicker and delivering more goods faster, we wouldn't be in that much of a pickle, but it's not working that way, which is a real pain. On the plus side, this timber train's made it over the top. Where's its next signal? There. Okay. See, downhill, I think I should put more signal. Oh, there is one there as well. That's fine then. Okay, so the next one should be charging through now. There it is. Now this one should go up here fairly easily. Yeah, look at that. Didn't even break sweat. Are you empty? Yeah, that might be why. And see, again, we've got this one right at the bottom of this hill. But we can't really help that. Unless we put some tunnels through. That's the next option, you see, is we put tunnels through this hill on the express line. Do you know what? I'm very tempted. Even if it's just in this direction. Where does this one come out? There. Oh, hang on. Yeah, there. It's going to be tricky. Could it? No? No. That's fairly easy. It sorts itself out. There we go. Yeah, that's done alright. Get rid of the tracks on top. Once this train is out of the way, we'll do the same thing. In fact, it hasn't technically cleared that tile yet, has it? No, it has not. Cool. Means I could do it a little bit earlier. Like so. If I get rid of these again. Put it to there. And I can stick that one in like that. Get rid of that. Pop that one in there. That helps me out a little bit. Again, this train's full, so it's going to stutter a little bit. See, it sort of gains speed and then loses it again. But that's alright, it's not too bad. Pop some trees in here just to make it look nice again. Like that, there we go. So that's a slight improvement. Now these trains are full of chemicals, but I don't think they slow down too much, believe it or not. I'm not sure if there's a particular reason behind that. Where's the goods train? There's the goods train. Now the goods train should get up here fairly easily, because actually they don't carry very much. You wouldn't believe it, but this 16 unit long goods train carries just over... That's stuck again. Great. Just over the amount that one of these does. And I'll show you what I mean. So this holds 800 crates of goods. This one holds... Oh, hang on. Oh no, I changed the vehicle types, didn't I? Yes, I did. Sorry, guys. Originally, well, it does say there 480 crates. Yeah, I did change the wagon types, because originally it was they carried, I think it was like 10 crates more, which is ridiculous when you think about it. Right, these are carrying coal and they're carrying them well. That timber train's made it to the top of the hill. Where is my goods train? Right, it's moving along slowly but surely. It's taking a long time to build up speed, actually. This one at least is going ahead of it, which is empty, which is also good. Oh dear, there's another train in front. Oh no, there isn't. It's because of this. I can't really move that signal, can I? At least the train has the tunnel in order to build a run-up to actually come out on the other side. If I get rid of this signal... In fact, I could have removed this one, but then it removes the levelness. There you go, that makes a slight difference. It loses a little bit of speed still, but not a huge amount. Not enough for it to properly slow right down. So there we go, that's a recovery. And then we had a similar problem over here, didn't we, with this hill. Now this one I can actually change. Well, I don't really want to change it. What I could do though is get rid of this signal and move it down to the bottom of the hill. So that they're not trying to do hill stuff. Actually no, that's not going to make any difference, because they're still going to be having to accelerate up the hill, which never works. There you go, see we've got a queue of trains trying to get into the terminal now, which means I'm actually going to put a second line coming in here. Why wouldn't it let me build there? Forest. Oh, it's a forest. Not anymore, it's not. And again, I know that's very counterproductive, given the fact that there is, well, there are trains waiting for wood in the terminal, but they're not waiting for wood for that long. Because actually, the initial raw materials, coal especially, is very, very productive. There's an awful lot of coal that comes through. The problem is the goods. You know, even the oil. You can see how much oil we've got waiting in chemicals. And look at the coal. Plenty of those. Down here, not so much wood waiting at the moment, but I think the trains were held up slightly. In fact, here comes a timber train, so there's a good example. It is just the goods that are waiting a long time. So the solution to that could be to just, you know, wait it out and see if it fixes itself. Here comes that goods train. That could fill up a couple of these. If I speed up time again. This isn't actually what I wanted to do in today's episode. I just wanted to show you guys what changes I'd made. But then I saw that queue and decided I should do something about it before it's too late. So I mean, that train loops all the way around. I'm not particularly pleased with the look of this junction, but it works. So that's what matters to me right now, is it works. Over time we can start looking at actually making it look nicer, be more aesthetically pleasing. This one's always going to be difficult because of the way the tracks work. You know, you've got this track here that goes over, and then you've got this track here that goes under, and all that sort of stuff. But overall, this train is doing okay. It's going to zip through this first section, and it's going to drop off at the second, where hopefully at least 2 of these trains will be full and cleared. They only run to Guardtown at the moment. I wanted them to run to all different locations. Guardtown is the only one at the moment, because it's the only one we can actually supply. Believe it or not, we don't have enough supply. And that's exactly what I've been moaning about. We do not have enough of... And considering the problem... okay, this is going to sound stupid as well. The problem we had at one point was we had too many trains. So here we've got loads of coal waiting. So I added another coal train. Because the logic for me was the supply was there. So move it on as fast as possible. But then once the supply stops, so for example if the coal mine's production goes down, you end up with too many coal trains actually waiting here to fill up, which means that the full coal trains no longer have a platform to run into. And it becomes very, very troublesome. The solution to that is using waypoints, and it's something I have considered doing. You have an unload one and then some loading ones, but then you lose capacity anyway, and then you end up with trains waiting, in this case you end up with them waiting here, which stops other trains from getting through anyway. So it doesn't matter what you do, all you're doing is shifting the queue back a few tiles. So the actual solution is either to increase the capacity of each train, or to just let it run by itself. Because actually this is worth a lot of money once it's been delivered. This is enough to make it go back into profit. It's just actually keeping it going. They have to wait for so long. It almost becomes not worth it. Anyway, My solution to this problem is to actually utilize the passenger network, and I'm going to do something that I did a little while ago, which, you know, I think actually no one complained about it, so I assume that you all sort of agree with what I did, but I'm going to do it again. I'm going to delete most of our lines and rebuild, not the actual track, I should state that, not the actual track. I'm going to delete services and rebuild them. What are you waiting for? Oh, you're trying to climb the hill again. As you can see, these queues are getting ridiculous. And it's the passenger trains that are letting us down. Plus, we've had a huge change since. Oh, it's these ones, I think, that are the same size. Yes, it's these ones that are the same size as the 8 car. Okay. So these are meant to be bigger. And the idea then is that they transport more goods back to freight terminal, and you know, more goods then get transported from the freight terminal to the towns, but that's not the case anymore because these trains carry the same amount, so it's a 1-to-1 ratio, which isn't brilliant. Anyway, yes, passenger trains. We're going to redo the passenger network to try and, well, I sort of ran into the same problem that I had before. Every time I built a new line, instead of changing existing services, I just added another set of trains, and it becomes chaotic. You end up with way too many trains on way too many lines, and it clogs up, and then you end up with a gridlock situation. So actually, I mean, this metro line here, funny enough, I actually replied to a comment today about someone asking when the trains are going to run on the metro, so that's happened, although it's going to be a while before you've noticed that it's happened. But this service I'm going to leave intact because it's actually very, very good. See, it makes us quite a bit of money. It reminds me a lot of Thameslink. I think I've compared it to Thameslink before, but it's got the third rail and the overhead, which is exactly what Thameslink does, funny enough. Plus, Thameslink also runs past an airport. Runs past 2, in fact. At the moment, this only runs past 1. But, you know, that could change. I also want to have a look at this tram network again, because it's really, really annoying me. It's making money, but it just, some of it just doesn't want to work properly. And there's that really annoying noise that it makes, which, funny enough, it just decided to demonstrate for me. So I have an idea as to how to fix that. In fact, I could do that now, thinking about it. How fast do these trams go? Let's see. Place vehicles. So you go 31 miles an hour. If we do this by capacity, biggest at the top, 31 miles an hour is my target. So if I go for one, and that's 31 miles an hour, does that make a stupid noise? Hong Kong double decker, capacity is 100, this one's 110. That could work. Oh, hang on, what's it say there? Ding ding. Okay. I didn't hear it make a noise then. That could work out for me. Okay. So we're going to replace all of these with the ding dings. There we go. Replace now. And how many tram lines? We've got quite a few. Oi, right. Place. You know, I want to build more lines, but I'm not going to do that if they're not going to make me any money, because otherwise we're just going to go bankrupt very, very fast. And even doing this, you know, it's the government way of saving money, isn't it? You have to, in order to save money, you must first spend more. And that's exactly what we're having to do. We're spending an awful lot of money replacing vehicles. In fact, one thing I haven't checked is the running cost of these. Well, oh, they're cheaper to run as well. Would you believe it? They're actually more powerful as well. Someone didn't do their homework when they were choosing trams. I blame myself entirely for that. Right. Where are you? Hong Kong, ding ding. Done. So they're all going to replace themselves now. In fact, they sound like just ordinary buses starting up, which is fine. Yes, that should make me money again. The next stage of the replacement program is to go into these. Now the expresses, no, I'm going to get rid of the expresses as well. I mean, the logical thing would be to get rid of everything and start again. But I'm not 100% sure that's the smartest idea. The freight trains I am going to leave, because that is a system that's starting to work, and the high-speed network I'm going to leave. Everything else is going. And that includes the new services that we built from Honford not long ago. Because they are all rubbish. The metro is going to go. I'm going to redo the metro. All of the metro, including the replacing the ones that actually crashed. These ones, the double-decker trains, they're going to go. These trains are going to go. All of these are going to go. Everything, you lot, you're going to go. You're all going to go. You are definitely going to go, because I hate you. Why can't I send you to depot? Oh, you're already in depot. Yes, you're already in the depot. Okie dokie. We'll get rid of all of you. And we'll get rid of this. Where did I get to? Did I send all these ones? If I hadn't, I'm going to do it again. Yep, I guess I have. Okay, all of you are going to depot. You're GSJ, aren't you? Yeah, you're fine. All of you lot to depot. All of you lot to depot. All of you lot. Getting the idea here? All of you lot sent to depot. The mail trains, yep, you're all going to depot. And you are definitely going to depot. My little airport transit things. Because they are rubbish. Alright, are you heading to depot? No, you're not. Now you are. Right, the majority of these should be going to depot. You should be. Yep, good. You should be. You should be. All of these ones definitely should be. In fact, you can see the express trains are on the wrong track so that they can actually run to the depot, which is good. Okay. Good. All of these ones down here should be. I should really get rid of this because we're not using it anymore. Let's do it properly. Proper track type. This is a... I'd say it was expensive, but in a time-consuming way rather than, you know, it's not costing me much money really. Obviously, it will cost me money when I put the new trains in, but right now it's costing me nothing because I'm getting rid of old trains and replacing them with new ones. That patch has an auto space feature, and that's one that I really want to utilize in the future. But as I say, I haven't a clue how to install it, and I really don't want to risk doing it in case I damage the save file. Even though it's, I mean, they say it's backwards compatible, but what does that mean these days? I've bought things that have supposedly been backwards compatible, and they probably are until you actually try and do it, and then it doesn't want to work. Right, that's that gotten rid of. All of the line down here should be empty. We need to utilize this little stretch down here too. Now, I sort of know what trains are popular and what trains weren't popular. I slightly memorized it. I am going to electrify some future lines as well. I'm going to remove this depot for a start, because we're going to. That's something else I'm going to do. I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity to actually create a new series of depots all over the place. So, for example, I'm going to rebuild the station throat to Guardtown St George, which will allow the trains to run in and out smoother and quicker. Same thing with St John. I'm going to remove Montbourne here, and in fact I'm going to remove this one and this one because I don't need them really. They're pointless. They were just there to accommodate new trains, whereas in actual fact there's better ways of doing it. Okay, that's all them taken care of. These ones is empty. We've got one train here. We've got how many here? Oh, wow, a lot. Still, good amount of money coming in. Any in here? Nope. They're all going into that one, it seems. Down here, again, this depot is going to be rebuilt and improved. You going to depot? Yep. You're not, but you are now. Are you? Yep. You must be. You're not. These are ones that were going in the opposite direction when I told them to go to depot. Seems that way. How about you? See, I would just go on the menu and send them all to depot, but as I say, the freight trains, for example, I want to leave. So it's not really going to work out for me. Send that to depot. You, depot. You're going in the wrong direction. You, depot. You, depot, and you, depot. Ah, this is Denwell City. This is the one I was confusing in the last episode. Let's solve that little mystery as well. Right, all these trains. Are you going where you need to be going? You are. This one must be, otherwise there's no reason why it should be there. You, depot. The other three should already be in here. They are. I might keep this service going, but I will change the way it works. For example, that's going to be redone. Whoops, that is not what I wanted to do. There we go. Like so, and then get rid of that one, replace that like that, and delete you. Stick that there. We'll actually completely do this now before I forget. As I say, guys, this isn't the most exciting video, and I do apologise for that, but it's a necessity. It has to be done. If there's anyone out there watching who wants to know basically how to save your company, because that's the sort of level we got to. It was that bad we were going to go bankrupt, and without cheating there was no way we were going to get out of it. And as I keep saying, I want to start avoiding using cheats. So the next option was save the company. So this is going to be Prutberg Depot. This is going to be the base for the new airport transit when I actually get around to bothering to put it back in. Now we've got loads of trains waiting in the depots again, so I'm going to delete all of these. And is there any in here? Nope, good. What about down here? You? Yeah, you've got some in. You must have loads in. No? Okay. You then, you must have some in. Oh yes, lots of trains. Right, you must be going to the depot. You are good. You must be as well. You are good. Make sure all the metro trains are where they should be. Loads of trains in here, blimey. You, depot, you are going to depot, good. Now there's a depot at either end on this particular stretch, so that shouldn't be a problem. This one though, yeah, see that one's already gotten away. Means we're most likely going to have to wait for it to loop back. But you, depot, you are already going towards depot. You two should be. And I think that's it for the diesel ones. We just got to get the metro ones back. I've got loads of windows open here whilst I'm doing this. Don't worry too much about that, because one press the button and they're all gone. Right, where's this one? Aha. Okay, get rid of all of you. Because we want to utilise these new main lines as well. Look at this, we've got this new main line. And I'm actually going to electrify this one too. Faster trains. More efficient trains. Just better trains, to be honest. It's a long line. It's going to take a lot to do. But it's worth it, I feel. Now this section here, I might redo this. I might realign it to come in on this side. but then we completely get rid of the town of Cutfield, which is a bit disappointing, unless I build a tunnel. How long's this episode been? 29 minutes. Okay. Not too bad. Depot. That's the problem now. I'm chasing trains back down the track, making sure they're all going to where they should be going. You. Depot. You. Depot. No idea what's going to happen to the passengers on board, but depot. And you. Depot. As I say, we're going to electrify this new section, which is probably going to cost me the rest of my money. It's certainly going to cost a lot of money, especially as I have to do realigning like this as well. Let's get rid of all signals on this stretch, like so. And then that one will go there, that one will go there, that one will go there, and that one will go there, and there. And then get rid of that line there. That's been done because otherwise we end up electrifying bits of track that we don't want to electrify, which is very annoying. So avoid that at all costs. There we go. Place that one there. Where's this one gone? It's there now. And then upgrade the rest to be electrified. There we go. Now we're going to stretch all this bit out. Like so. Like so. This is going to be expensive, guys. I'm wincing already. 1 million that bit cost. Where are you going? Get to your depot. That's annoying. And that's even more annoying. I'll shut the window. Okay, get rid of all that. Upgrade all this. You see we've got plenty of small stations which haven't even been allocated yet. That's another thing that we need to do. Is actually go back and make sure that all the trains are stopping where they should be stopping, including the 4 tile length stations. Make sure they're all populated, because that's lost money as well. Make sure that the semi-fast services are actually semi-fast. That's something else that I will be dealing with probably at the end of this episode, actually. Building new crossovers, basically, so that they can get onto the express track. Because I liked that idea that I had on... I mean, it's currently being used with the freight trains, and it's working on that little section. You know, the freight trains overtake the slow passenger trains, which means they keep running, which means they're not late. So actually we are still making money just for not being too late, even though they are being held up by supply and demand, as I was saying at the start. The rest of the system, it's working. So there's absolutely no point in upsetting the apple cart. Okay, I'm going to leave this alignment the way it is for now. We'll come up with a solution, even if it means turning this track here into just a 2-track and have it as sort of like a regional line that runs alongside the main line. We could do that. That could work. Okay, run along here like this. You run along here like this. So off camera I'll do most of the new scheduling and timetabling, etc. The other thing I want to do is reduce journey times as a whole. So the entire timetable I would like to try and get under a certain number of days. My current target is 1,000 days to do an entire journey there and back. I think that's feasible. Someone is probably out there thinking, no, that's impossible. But if I rebuild some stations, add some bay platforms, create new terminus routes, we should be able to do it. I don't see why we wouldn't be able to, if all goes well. And it needs to go well, because I really want to save this company. Because especially now we've got no passenger services running, we're going to be losing a lot of money. The other option is temporarily send the freight trains to the depot. So actually, send all trains to depot. And I'll just reset the metro ones once they actually get there. But there we go, that's that line electrified. The next thing I want to do is head back down to... Here we are, Warningworth. Yeah, Warningworth interchange. Go into island platforms and rebuild these as island platforms. I'm amazed it's actually letting me build here right now. And then again, I suppose I have had trains running here for the past however long. Let's see if I do that, do that, do that. Nice little flower pot. And then this one again. And as I say, I'm going to downgrade this side of the station, but I'm going to do that off camera again, because it's going to be a pain otherwise. Right, how many trains have we got waiting in this depot now? Fair few. This seems to be the main sort of area where they're all congregating. Any here? Yep, got some more here, good. Including this one. Get rid of that, good. Up here. Now I do have to be careful here because I don't want to remove any freight trains by mistake. So as soon as these get to depot, in fact I need to make sure that the metro trains, the ones that have gone, are released again. So you. I think that might have been the only one that's actually gone to a depot. Unless there's one running through the centre of town, which there is. We'll take that one off. There's another one here, which I need to take care of. Are there any in here? Nope. Good, I can remove all of you. This one's coming out, so I'll send it. It's going to Peddingham East. So it'll take a little while for their timetables to sort themselves out again, but it will be done. Corston. Yep, we're going to leave Corston as is. It's quite a nice station. All of the freight trains I think I'm just going to re-release, to be perfectly honest. I know I've sent them all to depot, but might as well just re-release them. These ones it's easy because they're already where the actual depots are. Let's get rid of that. You're going back to Canway. You two are starting again. See if I pin that quickly. Release these two again. Good. You're both going. You two are both going. You three should all be going. You are now. Oh, I forgot how many freight trains I had. These are the ones that carry coal, by the way. Shows you how many I needed. I seem to be losing my voice for some reason. Well, you 326. So these ones as well. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. You. Yep, you're all good. Close all them. You four. Banes of my life. The drain of my money. That should do it. You two. How many more? Oh my god. I did not realise I had so many freight trains. That is a lot. That really is a lot. Alright, get rid of all them. You lot. Again, they're all still on their way. At least they're not on a timetable, so as soon as they can actually go again, they might get a little bit lost on their way back. But again, that's counteracted by the fact that they can only follow lines with electric wiring. So I've sort of done myself a favour with that one as well. you're just going to get serviced instead. There we go. I did not realise I had this many freight trains. That is unbelievable. I knew I'd put a lot in. I didn't realise I'd put this many in. And actually this is giving... What was that one? I might have deleted one by mistake. So your SIP, which is... it was something industrial park. NMACT. Okay, I'll have to have a look at that one again. I think I might have just deleted something important. Alright, which one of you is at the terminal? None of you. But you're on your way. SIP. We must have an SIP somewhere. Let's get rid of everything but... Whoops. Trains. SIP. Slanfield Industrial Park. Nope. Not you. Let's have another look. Must be another industrial park somewhere beginning with S. Slanfield. That's just where we were. Sloughing Bridge. This one. You. These must be the container trains that I deleted by mistake. In fact, there they are. Did I just not group them? I did not group them. That will be why then. So they're all going again. The rest of you delete. Okay, well, that worked out well. Alright then guys, so the last thing I want to do today is build some new crossovers, as I said. So we're going to go all the way back to Planwell International. And here's where the journey starts. So all of these stations here, I'm going to leave as is. In fact, I'm probably going to leave them as they are all the way up to Chutberg here. And it's only when it crosses over here that I'm going to start putting crossovers in. So the first one will be here. Like that, and like that. We'll upgrade these signals. So this one, and this one. In fact, where are you going? You're going to a depot. You're not. You are. No, you're not either. Okay. As I said, they're going to take a while to sort themselves out, but they will sort themselves out. That's the key thing. The next thing we need to do is delete that signal. And then we need to stop this train. In fact, we don't need to stop that train anymore because it's going to be stopped by this signal here. Okay, and that is going to help us avoid the next couple of stations, including this one, which is going to be downgraded to a smaller station. We'll make it a 6 tile. For now we won't, we'll make it a 5 tile. Like so. Same over here, this is now 4 tile. We'll upgrade it to a 5. We'll just make it very simple. Pop one there and one there. Just means we can make the trains that little bit longer. Same here. And then we've got another crossover here, but we're going to remove the waypoints. Because in truth, we don't need them. They sort themselves out. That's what I keep saying. If they don't have to stop at a station, then they won't. Now, preffing pool, I'm tempted to keep as it is. It seems to be quite popular. But actually, yeah, no, I will. And the same with Denfingberg, because then Buntown is the next stop anyway. But after Buntown, things are going to change again. So here, I'll do it after the tunnel. No, wait. So I'll do it there actually. And then that becomes a path signal. And that one goes away. And then So that's already been upgraded, but I'll take that one away. But no, I'll put that one back. I'll put it there. This episode, can't speak. This episode is dragging out a little bit, guys, but it's worth it, I promise. Because it means we get this all working. That's what we want, really, is this all working properly and efficiently. So through here, I'll downgrade these again, like that. And this one I'll upgrade. This is what's funny. Some of them you're taking ones off, and some of them you're adding them on again. Charningbury. Now Charningbury, I'm tempted to make a stopper again. So we'll do this, and we'll remove that one. Which means we will also put a crossover here, which means we'll upgrade these, and we'll remove that one. Like so. So Charningbury's been upgraded again. And then that also integrates with this junction, where it's going to carry on as per. Tarnley Market, we're going to keep as upgraded. And then here is where it's going to switch back again. So that's also going to run that way. And then that one there, that one there. So this is going to go from fast to slow. Like that. And we're going to upgrade that one. It's going to shoot through here perfectly fine. Going to do some more station altering. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And we're going to add one here. Like that. That's another junction, don't need to worry about that. This one, Friendly Market. Again, I kind of want to upgrade Friendly, so we'll do that here. And here. So let's see, we'll upgrade that one like so. We'll upgrade these two like so. They're all good. So that's going to remain as is. We'll leave the platforms in the middle. In fact, no, we can't really do that, can we? We have to remove the platforms in the middle. Otherwise they'll get used. Okay, and then this is all good. And then we've got Tunville, which is fine. Come out of Tunville. Now, this is another one where we need to lengthen these platforms. You like so, and then you on this side like so. Now Kentown, yeah, again Kentown. I want to wrong way. I want to upgrade Kentown. So that one there. Where's the next set of signals here? Like that. And then upgrade you, and upgrade you and you. Like so. So you're going to come through. And then after Kentown, you're going to swap over. See, the trains in the real world don't swap over this much, but in my imaginary fictional world, they do. And it's just to keep them out of each other's way. Again, we've got Greenbridge actually, so we don't need this this swap over at all. I'm just gonna pop this down again. God, I get 10,000 back for demolishing, and it costs 62,000 per to put them down in the first place. That's ridiculous. Okay, so Greenbridge is there. We leave Greenbridge. We come along here. It's a long straight track, so I don't need to worry about too much. Here, though, Friendborough Horse Market. I don't want the semi-fast stopping here, because I just can't see it being used. 1, 2, 3, 4. Aha. I've miscounted. That needs to go there. Which then means you and you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, good. You do not have a void order. How do you have a void order? because I've asked you to go to a station that doesn't actually exist anymore. All of you lot, bye-bye. All of you lot, bye-bye. Oh, wow. You and you, start up again. The rest of you, bye-bye. I keep deleting that window by mistake. Closing that window, not deleting it. You can't delete windows. Well, you can, it's just not advisable. Right, so that's... trains go through here on the fast line. They then will slalom across here to go into the slow platform. You and you, you and you. Because Hunworth Falls is going to be a stopping station. Mootown might as well be as well. And then there'll be another crossover for you here, for you here. Oh wait. So that one works, this one doesn't. We'll have to put it there. Okay, you and you, you and you, you will work. Good. And then Shaunton will skip. Benfingley we will skip. 1, 2, like so. 1, 2, like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, good. Brunwood we need to link up again. So I'll do that really quickly, like that. Pop you there. This actually works out okay for me. You can see the freight trains are using that new crossover as well, which is very nice. Good to see. That's another thing that it's been built for. These trains do 100 miles an hour, so you don't have to worry too much. And then these last couple... Here's only one more stop, isn't it? So Portland. Do I want to stop right here? Not really. So again, I will move this signal here. Pop that there. Get rid of this signal. Pop that across. Get rid of this signal. And upgrade. In fact, I might as well get rid of that signal as well. And then you can just shoot straight through. There we go, guys. That's the rebuild on this section done at least. So I can do trains from Guardtown St George all the way up to Knapburg. So that's one piece of good news. I'm also going to introduce a new service that only goes between Tunville and Knapburg, which means I'm going to have to build new platforms here at Tunville, which is going to be a huge pain. I would also like to do a service that goes from Guardtown to Tunville, but I can't see that one working. And the other thing I want to do, I'm very tempted to do, is turn Knapburg into a terminus and actually move it a bit further up. Maybe stick it up here instead. I don't think any trains are still assigned to use this. Well, they are. Have you all stopped? You have. Wow, that's full as well. More of these. Wow, how many of them did we have? A lot, it seems. Okay, so all the Knapburg ones are gone, which means Knapburg itself can be moved. This is again something that I've been wanting to do for a little while now. And again, we'll remove these waypoints because we don't bloody need them. Do I have any... Nope, good. Because all of this... kaput. Like so. All of this kaput. And then that's going to be... Basically, these 8 lines are going to run side by side. All the way up to the terminus. The new terminus. Which, I mean, as I said before, this track is going to go over towards Honford. So this is going to be the northernmost extreme of the map, because we're not that far from the edge, as you see. So this makes sense to me. 8 platforms. Do I think 8 platforms are going to be enough? Probably not. I think 2 on this side, 2 on this side. I think that many is going to be enough. Drag and drop. Like that. And then I'll rebuild the rest as I need to. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 platforms. It's by no means the biggest station on the network, but it's one of. which I suppose in itself makes it fairly big. Like that, and then this one is going to do the same, so to there, and then to it's completely in the wrong place. It's this side to there, and then this one to there, and the rest are just going to have to use the existing diagonals. In fact, I might even cut this one off and cut this one off, just to actually encourage them to use the proper diagonals, which will reduce congestion. Right, so link all these up, link you up, you, and you. Link these ones up, like so. Pop these ones in, so miss out that one, you there, and then pop these ones in. Like so, and then a final one there. These ones will stick in like that, like that, like that, and like that. All good. Put these signals in like so. You and you, you and you. Probably need to de-electrify this one actually, to be perfectly honest, but screw it, for now it's going to stay. Whoops, like that. And then finally you go forward, you go forward, you go forward, and you go forward. And there should be another spot. Yeah, there. No, wait, it is this one, where the express ones can go. Like that, and then remove these ones. Okay, new station. And again, it's got woods in the title. I hate that. I absolutely hate that. Someone suggested Victoria as one of my stations for Guardtown, and I didn't go ahead and choose it, so I'm going to put it here instead. Hopefully that's okay. Right, you. Oh, hang on. No, I've done this wrong already. You, and you. Which means you go there. And then at the other side, you, and you. And then these ones, you go on this end. And where's the other one? Where's the other one? That one. You go there. Island platforms. These. So you're going to go there, 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 and there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, and whoops, 4. And then single-sided. You are going to be old style. Shelters. Like that. And like that. And then we go island platforms again. I'm sorry if this is a bit tedious, but I want to get this done now before I forget, because there's still loads of stations on the network that are the old style. Bare platforms, and they look very annoying. And I keep telling myself, you know, in the future I will go back and I will do them up properly, and then I forget. So I'm going to do this one now, so that once we've actually got trains running to it, I'm not having to dodge, duck, dip, dive and dodge other trains in order to try and actually put these in properly. Put some benches a long way away from where the trains are actually going to be. So if you're sitting down there, you're a train spotter, you're not actually waiting for a train. There we go, guys, that's the new terminus. Franpool, Victoria. And all that's left for me to say is it's an hour. I apologise for that, but thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you guys for your continued support. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying the series. And until next time, I will see you soon.